Hi, this is a talk about ecological memory management from the Organic Computing Association. Today, we're going to be looking at a way to collect garbage that doesn't just waste all of those bits and bytes that our objects are creating, but actually converts them into helpful entropy, as well as reusing the objects themselves as a form of object pooling that the language runtime actually manages.
What's pooling?
What's pooling? Oh.
Yeah, what's pooling?
Well, object pooling is when a computer takes an object that it doesn't need and reuses it to do something else. It doesn't have very much to do with a pool full of water. Sometimes this can happen automatically. And in our case, we have a system for recycling and reusing that does exactly that. It does this automatically. So if we look here, we can see that here are some objects, these carrots, that aren't actually going to be useful
What
anymore.
are the gray ones?
Those are the carrots that aren't needed anymore. These are the carrots that are still alive. These are the dead carrots. What's the mulch?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mulch is helpful entropy that our program can use. So our computational process can take that entropy, which is like randomness.
Why is the compost blue?
Oh, that's a good question. It's blue because it's very healthy and it's good for us. I mean, we don't want to eat it because it's rotten compost, but this is a thing that almost works like an organism that moves through. Here, I'll show you down here. This compost heap moves through this memory. So this is the memory of the system.
What are the gray dots?
Yeah, that's one of these dead carrots, this one here, being composted.
They're dead?
These gray carrots are dead. The orange carrots are alive. And when a carrot dies, then the compost heap eventually eats it. And it decomposes it by applying different kinds of bacteria or nematodes or other types of things. It decomposes it and turns it into mulch, which our program...
Why are the carrots in the soil instead of the planted soil?
Yeah, well, what happens is that the carrots that are still alive get copied over into this fresh soil that's available for planting things. And then that becomes planted soil and the fresh soil moves here.
Cool.
Yeah. So as you plant things, either because the compost heap is going to copy them over here, or because the process itself needs to make new things, they get planted over here.
What's going to happen to the gray carrots on this side?
The gray carrots over here? The blue compost heap is actually going to squidge its way along here and come out the other side and eat those carrots. And while it does that, it's going to keep making mulch the whole time. Mulch is maybe not quite the right word. Maybe we should call this humus or hummus or something.
Hummus.
Hummus. Let's call it hummus. And the plants eat the hummus. So in this case, our computational process, which is a lot like a plant actually, is going to eat that yummy hummus and mulch, and it's going to use it to do anything it needs randomness for. Do you know what randomness is?
What?
It's like rolling a dice. So anytime that the process needs to roll some dice, it's going to reach in here and grab some of this. And once it does, that becomes fresh soil that's ready to plant new objects in. Additionally, these objects are actually all interconnected by the mycorrhizae. So
what's the mycorrhizae?
Yeah, so these are little bacteria or fungi rather that live on the roots of plants and that interconnect those plants to the soil around them and also to all of the other plants. So all of the different objects in our process, all of these different carrots are actually connected to each other. Here, where? Down further?
Who's David F. Bacon?
Right, yeah. Bacon and Chang and Rajan wrote a paper called A Unified Theory of Garbage Collection that showed how reference counters and tracing collectors are sort of algorithmic duals of each other. And so these are two different ways of collecting garbage. But we show a different way of collecting garbage, which is that we can use these mycorrhizae, and in particular, every object has a hypha, which is part of a mycorrhiza, that grows out from it. I can show you that here.
What's forward pointer to copied object?
Yeah, what is forward pointer to copy object? So our object, when it gets copied up here, when it gets copied from here to here, other objects may still be pointing to this caret. So this caret may still be pointing to this caret over here. And when this caret gets copied over, if that caret wants to reference it, it goes, hey, I'd like to change something about you. And this one says, oh, not me. Let me give you the one over here. That's what the forward pointer does.
Why doesn't that one go into the soil?
Why doesn't this one get copied over
No,
into the soil?
This one.
This one.
The
That's
gray one.
Oh, the gray one doesn't get copied over because it's dead. So these carrots become dead when there are no roots that are connected to them anymore. These are objects in the system, but
And then you can eat them.
there's
right?
a kind of mother tree here that needs to connect to all of these carrots. Yeah, you can eat them. In particular, the compost heap eats them and turns them into mulch or humus.
That we eat. We eat the hummus.
Yeah. So the lessons are a computational process is like a plant.
What's a computational process?
A computer program is like a plant, and all of the things inside of it, all of the objects inside of it are also like little baby plants, and those baby plants all need to be connected by the mycorrhiza in order to still be alive. And when they get disconnected, then we can eat the ones that are dead and turn them into useful entropy for
Can
all the
they
ones that
roll
are
up?
still alive.
Down now?
Here,
No. Down
Here?
more? Down.
here,
Down.
here,
Down.
here,
Down.
here, here.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, this is Spitzenkorper.
What's the Y/A thing?
Oh, the Y arrow A?
Yeah.
This is just some pseudocode for taking the Spitzenkorper of A and putting it into our assignable of Y. So now when we reference Y here, it has the same value as the Spitzenkorper of A. And we do this because we'll use Y a few different times.
G.
For the Z, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this array of Y, B, and null
It
and
says
put that
Z.
into Z.
Z, not Z. Z.
And both are acceptable.
Yeah. Z, not Z at all. Z.
All right. Okay.
Z.
So, all right. I think we're at
Z.
time. Say goodbye to
Z.
the nice folks.
Z.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Z. Z.
How do I turn this off? Oh no, what am I doing?
Oh no.